everybody, it's Brittany. Today I'm going to be making something called pernil, which is basically pork butt, and it's prepared in a Puerto Rican way. I got this recipe from another YouTuber. Her name is Elba, and her site is Elba Cooks For You. I'll leave the link at the bottom in the description box. So let me just let you know what's involved in the preparation for the marinade. You need 10 cloves of garlic. You need 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 1.5 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin. I'm adding the cumin because I didn't have badilla seasoning, so I'm just adding cumin. 2 packs of Sazon, and 3 tablespoons of Sofrito. Alright, so let's get started. So the first thing that you have to do is add the garlic cloves to a mortar and pestle. And she added it slowly, so that's what I'm going to do. And she also just started adding some salt. And this takes a little bit of work, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to grab the other 5 garlic cloves. Okay, next thing to add in is the 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. I did not have white vinegar, so I'm using rice vinegar. Careful, it's getting a little messy. Three more things and then we're finished. I'm adding 2 packs of Sazon. Sazon looks like this. You can get the one with achiote seeds in it, but I didn't have that one. I brought this from New York. You cannot get this in Taiwan, and I love it. My friend Paul, actually, who's Puerto Rican, was the one who introduced me to Sazon because he would cook for me and my friends all the time, and he would add Sazon to everything. So it's 2 packs. A bit of MSG, but it's really delicious. And sorry. I'm putting in fresh oregano. I think she used dried, but I didn't have dried. So I'm just using fresh. And I'm using a little bit more than it called for because fresh oregano is a lot milder. When you use dried, the spices are more intense. So if you use dried herbs, you should use less. And if you use fresh herbs, you should use more. Okay, last ingredient is 3 tablespoons of Sofrito. So I just made the Sofrito. And Sofrito freezes really well. Just stick it in the freezer. You can put it in an ice cube tray. That way you can take it out by the tablespoon if you ever need it. Okay, let me just get this all mixed up and then we'd be ready to put it on the pork shoulder. Okay, so we're getting ready to put the marinade on the pork butt. So there is a Costco in Taiwan that I go to, which is where you can get cuts of meat that are similar to American cuts. They did not have pork butt, which is really like the shoulder of the pig. But what they did have was pork butt chops. Okay, so these are the chops. No, there's no more bone, there's no skin, so it's not going to be the same. And another thing that's going to be different is I don't have an oven. I do, but it's really, really small, similar to a toaster oven. So I'm using a slow cooker. Okay, so I did puncture holes into the pork butt the way Elba does, and I'm going to cover the marinade and I'm going to try to stick the garlic into the marinade, into the pork butt. So here we go. Okay, so it's all ready to go. I put some saran wrap over it and the lid on, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight, and tomorrow I will take it out and I'll put it in the slow cooker and we'll see how it comes out. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to check the pork. It's been about 5 hours. The first 3 hours I had it on high and then I put it down to low, so let's give it a check and see if it's done. And I definitely think it's good. Everything is just falling apart. It's all been broken down. This is normally a really tough cut of meat if you don't cook it for many, many hours. Let me get this plated and you can see the end result. Okay, so our meal is ready. We decided to do a Greek style, just sort of similar to a gyro, but with pulled pork instead. So let me just show you what we did here. We put the pulled pork on it, and we made some hummus, and we made some tzatziki with some red onions, tomato, lettuce, and some feta cheese. And that's going to be our meal. So I am going to let my boyfriend Dominic try the first bite and tell me what he thinks. Okay, so this is my boyfriend Dominic. Dominic, say hello.
Hi.
Okay, he's going to try the first bite, so here goes. You can tell Elba what you think. I think that's probably a good thing. So, did it come out good? Yeah? Excellent. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you try the recipe. Thank you, Elba. I'll leave the link to her recipe at the bottom in the description box, and let me know how it goes. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.